Yo, what's up? It's RONEK, and I'm here at Midway to LA, out here in Los Angeles, graffiti battle. A lot of talent, Los Angeles and Chicago, and I'm here with.
I'm B-Boy B from Chicago, ABC crew. And yeah, we're here in LA for the first time doing this battle.
Yeah. How's it feeling coming all the way? You say you're from Chicago.
Yes, sir.
How was the travels? How was everything getting over here?
Travel's fine, man. You know,
Yeah.
hop on the plane, you're here 4 hours later. And from sub-zero to fucking, what is it, 80 degrees today?
Yeah.
It's crazy, crazy.
And for all the viewers from Los Angeles that will watch this, what can you say about the graffiti culture out in Chicago? How's it looking out there at the moment?
You know, the graph culture's fucking thriving out there.
Yeah.
It's been around, you know, heavily since the 80s. And I'm from the 80s, so I'm an old school head. But the culture has grown. You know, it's been become more accepted
Yeah,
by citizens
definitely.
out there. And, you know, we have our own subset of what we do. We do our own stuff. We have our own stores. We have our own clothing. We have
Yeah.
our own, you know, organizations and battles and stuff we do that other normal citizens do, right?
Yeah,
People
yeah.
have, you know, conferences and stuff. We all have the same stuff. So we're now building outward, right? So we're reaching out to other cities.
Yeah.
We did this in New York. We had a battle in New York, Chicago versus
Definitely.
New York, and then New York came to Chicago and battled in Chicago, and now we're here in LA.
Definitely, I want to take the time to thank you for your contribution to the graffiti culture and for coming down here and sharing your talent. Is there any shout outs you want to give out there to anybody?
Man, you know, I'm just gonna shout out all of Chicago, man. The culture there is super dope. We all have our problems like everybody else, and you know, I'm sure you all have problems here too. But everybody just kind of, you know, tracks along and makes it fucking, you know, way for the future
Yes, sir.
of graph, and you know, in whatever form it comes. And in Chicago, you know, B-Boy B, and my handle on Instagram is at bboyb_ABC. ABC is the crew, artistic bombing crew, one of the first crews out in the city. And you know, I want to make sure that Catch Rec is a shop out in
Okay.
Chicago.
Catch Rick?
Catch Rec,
Oh, Catch
you know,
Rec.
like you catching wreck and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know, fucking dope organizers, and you know, you guys got a shop out here. I forgot what the shop is called, but it's around the corner.
Yeah, shout out LA Unplugged for putting
L-
this together.
LA Unplugged
Yes.
and Catch Rec, they got together and made this happen.
Yes,
so
sir.
that's what's up.
You heard from himself. Make sure to check him out. Follow him on Instagram and tell him out. Ronick, peace. Yo, what's up? I'm out here in Midway to LA, and I'm here with the one and only.
Enemy PC crew from Chicago.
How's it going today? How you feeling out here in LA, brother?
It's good, man. I haven't been here in like maybe 13, 15 years. So first time ever painting in LA, man. It's
wow.
first piece of the year, first piece in Los Angeles, and you know, absorbing the culture, and you know, it's pretty cool, man. And being from Chicago, it's like the sun is out and there's leaves on the trees and shit, and
Yeah.
it's like it's lovely.
For all the viewers that will see this that are probably wondering how the Chicago culture is when it comes to graffiti, can you share a little bit of light on how the culture is over there and what might be a little different than the West Coast?
The difference is that we don't get to paint year round, like do pieces and burners like this, so we have to wait. A lot of street bombing happens. You know, we're a little more influenced. I think we're closer to like the East Coast, so
Okay.
some of our flavor gets a little bit of that there. It's just a little more aggressive bombing sometimes, but the city's also aggressive. Used to be more aggressive with buffing everything.
Okay.
Here things riot a lot, and it's like it's pretty cool. What I like a lot about that, it's like there's a lot more bigger stuff happening, especially on the expressways. Your freeways, man, are like roller coasters.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like wild. Dude, like holy shit, dude, we're going down. I'm like, you know, and it's like, but there's so much stuff that's crushed, and it looks like it stays up here, and it's like big stuff too, man. A lot of billboards, and you know, in Chicago, it's a little more limited, especially because of the weather. So
Okay.
that's about it. The weather, you have to adapt to that because, you know, when it's 10 degrees outside or negative 17 and it feels like negative 32 because of wind chill, nobody's out there painting or really bombing. So it's like, you know, the weather plays a big factor in it. And hip hop over there is different than the hip hop here a little bit. You
Okay.
guys have like a lot long standing, you know, this is Mexico basically, you know,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is Mexico. Over there, it's like, you know, we're mixed. We have, you know, Mexicanos, Puerto Ricanos, we have black, white, and then, you know, it's the third largest city right after you guys, LA. So we get a big mix of people. So you got different influences on not just the graph, but the culture as well. A little
I
bit.
want to thank you for sharing that. And also, I wanted to ask, I mean, obviously we're in a battle right now.
Yeah.
So who is winning, in your opinion?
I'll be honest with you, ours, it's because it's just, I think Chicago is just because it's a little more cohesive and more together. And, but that's the funny thing. I was talking to one of the, this is the third battle we've ever done. Like the Catch Rec Creatives are the people sponsoring this battle that brought Chicago to LA, along with LA Underground. But Catch Rec Creative also did New York versus Chicago, where Chicago went to New York, and then New York came to Chicago. It just seems like when the outer towners come, they're more in it to win it. They're a little more prepared, and the locals, you know, well, man, you know, I can't come tomorrow. I'm gonna take my time. I'm from here. I have things to do. I have responsibilities. You know, I have families. I have a job. My job wouldn't let me get off, or I have other things I'm gonna do. I have a side gig. Whatever the reason, you know, it's like they're a little more laxed with it. Okay. And then we come, out of towners come, and it's like, okay, you got it. We're in it to win it. We have to do it because we're leaving at this time, and we're not here to fuck around.
Definitely. And where can the viewers find you at?
You can find me on Instagram, Enemigo Uno, ENEMIGOUNO. I'm on Instagram all the time, so I'm there, and that's basically it, man. Yeah.
I want to say thank you for coming down here and you know, giving us some of your art here in the city. And thank you for everything you contribute to graffiti culture. Any shout outs you want to give out?
Shout out to my crew, Prime Choice. You know, just ready. 2024 is a new year, and we're gonna go ahead and crush it in Chicago and anywhere we travel. You know, so looking forward to that.
You heard from the man himself. This is RONEK, and I'm out here in Los Angeles at this friendly battle, Midway to LA, where a lot of LA writers came together and painted with Chicago writers. And I'm here with the man behind it all.
What up, man? It's Tony from LA Unplugged.
How you feeling today, brother?
All right, kind of burnt out from the 3-day weekend, you know. Today's the last day. Going up and down the ladders kills you and shit, you know. We only got one lift, but we're managing it, you know. So
yes, sir.
Trying to serve that heat to Chicago and shit, you know. Who got the better pizza, bro? LA.
So let me ask you this, brother. How does the whole thing come about?
Well, Catch Rec themselves organize these events in general. They've done Chicago versus DC, and if I'm not mistaken, Chicago versus New York.
Okay.
So, like, I wanted to hop on the opportunity and be like, hey, you know, I want to do something like that, you know. And we came to an agreement a couple months ago to start doing this shit. I started gathering writers. I was trying to be very specific about the writers I get, trying to get people from specific areas spread out. That way it's not just all one condensed, like, you know, not just West LA writers or whatever. We got writers from the Valley, from South Central, from every kind of place in LA, you know, and it's a good culture clash, you know. Everybody on the wall doesn't know each other, but now they do, you know. It's a good way to bring the community together and to show some love to South Central, you know, because that's what it's all about, and that's the vision behind the shop, you know.
Definitely. I want to thank you for putting this together. It's an amazing thing. And obviously we're at a battle, so to you, who's winning right now?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm just having fun. I'm trying my best, though. You know, I'm gonna rock some heat. We still got time to do this shit. We got to the end of today. Chicago throwing some heat. My boy F-Dub throwing a fucking California Bear, ripping up a cup, you know. So we both got some heat on our side. So let's see when we're finished how this shit comes out, man.
And where can the viewers follow you and find you
at LA_Unplugged on Instagram.
With LA's very own
Cry One.
How you feeling today in this battle today, brother?
Pretty good. I'm having a good time. I mean, it's cool to come down here and paint with all these heads. You know what I mean? It's a lot of like heavy hitters out here.
How does it feel painting with people that you really don't see on the daily, like guys from Chicago, and they just come down and you're like, oh shit, who's these guys?
I seen this guy that did a miniature piece out there, and I was like, dude, is that you? And he's like, yeah, it's me and shit. It's like super cool to like meet like people like you see online, and then just kind of like, you know, kind of mingle with them and just, you know, paint. Like at the end of the day, we're all here to try to create and have a good time. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, I just want to give you a thank you for the contribution and putting it down for in LA. And obviously, we're at a battle. So who do you think's winning? Dude, I really don't want to say right now. It's kind of looking a little grim for us, but we got F-Dubs over here, bro, and he's a beast. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna tie it all in somehow and bring LA like out, you know, as hard as Chicago came. You know what I mean? Yeah, because they came hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And for the viewers that would like to follow you or check you out, where can they find you at?
You can find me at cry__1 on Instagram. And yeah, shout out to my crews, by the way, GSF, I2W, and BTC.
Bye.